fuck, what were you doing telling me the ending of this movie? Shit. That's like saying, well, Dracula dies at the end. What? No, man, don't tell me. I don't want to hear. Don't tell me that, man. Paul, were you going to say something? I saw you standing there, and I was just trying to finish up with Sarah. Don't walk away. I'll get to you.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say, on a lighter note, if you spoil it for me, Clyde, I'm going to bill you for every book I paid for in Harry Potter series.
I don't know how it ends.
That's at least like
I don't know how it ends.
$180. So,
I don't know how it ends, but I'll tell you what.
You can't let me blow it. I'm only 200 pages in.
Okay, so I'm not going to. I don't know how it ends.
Just don't blow it for me.
I won't blow it for you. I don't know how it ends. You know what? And at the moment, I'm going to hold out because it's too big of a book for me. But I'm seeing these people like going through it like 100 miles an hour. People who are twice my age going through it 100 miles an hour. I says, is it that easy to read? Oh, yeah. I get through it an entire day, you know? Going, wow. You know, I have a hard time getting through, you know, just a reference book or a Mad magazine, let alone a Harry Potter book. You know, I can't get past the fold-in. Yes, Sarah?
I was going to say, you can easily, I finished it in a day. It's not, like, hard reading.
Give Sarah a hand. She finished it in a day. Okay. Yes.
And to give you more...
And you finished it in Las Vegas? What?
Oh, no, no.
Okay.
Don't tell me what happens. But, Clyde, you've read the Necronomicon. Do you know how much, like, thick, dense reading of mythology and ritual you've done and you can't get through Harry Potter? You can get through Harry Potter.
Okay. That's right. I have read the Necronomicon. I think I could read Harry Potter, right? Okay, I'll probably try it. I'll give it a shot, maybe. Anyway, I still got to get through the Fark book that's coming out with Drew. Fark.com. He better post now on his website that I mentioned him. Anyway, so the message is the subliminal surge I'm talking about, this idea that these things are being slipped under the radar. What I'm getting at here is I'm getting at, and Sarah used the term memetics or memes. You may not realize it, but deep down inside of you, there are memetic triggers. And those mimetic triggers are stimulated by certain images, certain words, and certain phrases. And if you catch the patterns, you realize that these things trigger those things. And I learned this because when I interviewed, a long time ago, when I interviewed Gene Simmons of KISS, he told me a little something about why they chose the faces that they chose. Many people don't know this, but, you know, Gene Simmons is a rabbinical, he was a rabbi at one time. And he studied a lot of Jewish Kabbalah and things of that nature. The faces on all the members of KISS are actually the faces that Ezekiel saw when the wheel came down. The bull, the eagle, the god, the cat, or the lion. All these are symbols representing God. And so it really, really explains a lot that a band who's playing, admittedly so by them, was mediocre, happened to be one of the biggest rock bands in the history of the United States because flash, boom, bam, you have the faces that trigger these memes that you read in the Old Testament or trigger these memes somewhere in religious philosophy, or these memes are there alone. The Taran meme, the Leo meme, the horoscopic memes that are there. The same memes that trigger things in people that watch The Wizard of Oz. The same things that trigger things in people who watch The Matrix. They get the same types of memes triggered because it's about the one rescuing the many, or the one sacrificing his life for the many. The idea that the one will come forward to save us all. And that is the meme that they're planting in everybody's heads, and they've been doing it since The Matrix. They're doing it with Harry Potter. They're doing it with Lord of the Rings, and they're instilling in every one of you those memes. How many people remember in, Jim, you're the Lord of the Rings guy here. What movie was it where they were standing at the Elfin, or not the Elfin, was it the Elf opening? And there were the two towers. Was that the Two Towers movie? When Gandalf stood at the opening and he said, "Say something friendly."
Okay, that was Fellowship of the Ring. It was the first movie.
Was that in the first movie,
yeah.
Fellowship of the Ring?
That was the Mines of Moria.
Yeah. And the idea that those two towers were there. Those two towers are
No,
a
no.
representation
What
of something
towers?
in masonry.
Hold on. What towers?
No, when they were standing there in the opening, the
It was an archway.
The
Yeah.
dwarfs, okay? The arch of the dwarfs.
It was an archway.
Yeah, it was
There
an
were
arch.
There were not two towers.
No, it was representation of the two pillars. It was the two-pillar representation of Jacob and Boaz. It's the same representation that's in the tarot decks. It's the same representation that the two towers are.
No, I disagree with
No,
that.
it is. Trust me. You look it up. Masonic archway. It's the same thing.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
And Tolkien was a Catholic. He was. I interviewed one of his.
No, hold on. Tolkien was Presbyterian. It was.
Help me here. Does anybody, wasn't he
C.L.
Catholic?
Lewis was the Catholic.
Well, C.L. Lewis was the Catholic?
Yes.
I got one of the two.
Tolkien was Church of England.
He was C of E? Well, well,
Okay, Catholic light.
the Pope
Okay,
says they're all bullshit anyway, so forget it. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Didn't he just say that last week? Oh, they're all bullshit. Go about your business. What were you going to say? Go ahead. I don't know. It's been a crazy week for news. Go ahead.
Being the geek that I am, I was just going to step forward and say that the line from the movie is actually, in the Elven translation, it's step forward and say friend.
Okay. Thank you, and geek check at the door. Thank you. That was great. Give him a hand for knowing that. I didn't know that shit. Can anyone speak Elvish in the audience? I know we have one who speaks Klingon. Anyone speak Elvish?